Hello students, I Meenakshi Kaushik is explaining the SST chapters classes 6 to 12 on YouTube channel. My channel name is the Digital Education where I am giving the valuable and depth knowledge and information to the classes 6 to 12, and I am sure when you will watch my YouTube channel where you will get the valuable information, depth knowledge, other informative points which are completely related to your school exam pattern, and that will help you for gaining the good marks and providing you the best to best knowledge in my channel. Thank you, students. Hello students, today I am going to explain about the Zagir, the fourth one greatest Mughal ruler of Mughal dynasty. In my previous SST online classes, I explained to you about the Babur, Humayun and Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. Now the son of the Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar was Jahangir. So now I am going to explain about the Jahangir. Here you can see the picture of Jahangir and the time period. Then already I explained to you in my previous classes, but once again I will show to you the Mughal family tree and I will show you the timeline of the Mughal dynasty. So now students, you have to see the timeline of the Mughal dynasty and the Mughal family tree and note down in your SST notepad and in a practice copy, and then you can also take the screenshot. You can also take the screenshot. You can also take the screenshot and note down it simultaneously. And you can also note down in your practice copy and in notepad. So now see the students, yes, this is the timeline of the Mughal dynasties rulers or six great Mughals. These six great Mughals are known as in Indian history, in medieval history, in medieval period, the great Mughals, yeah, six great Mughals we can say. The first time period, that is the Babur's time period. Okay, and then Babur, after that, yes, the Babur, the son was there, Humayun, Kamran, Askari and Hindal. Please note down, these were the four sons of Babur. Humayun, Kamran, Askari and Hindal. The time period of Babur was the 1483 and that was the 1530. The 13 was the date when he was died, because all we know that the first battle of Panipat that was occurred in 1526 where Zahiduddin Muhammad Babur defeated to Ibrahim Khan Lodi, the last ruler of Lodi dynasty. Next, after the Humayun, there was the son of Humayun, that was Akbar, and you can also see in timeline the time period of Humayun 1502 to 1556. After that, the son of Humayun, Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar, the time period is 1542 to 1605. So students, please have to note down in your SST notepad, and you can also take the screenshot of this timeline of this flow chart. It will be very beneficial to just writing your answers in your exam sheet and in your SST notebook. Okay, and now the son of the Jahangir Akbar, that was a Zahagir. Zahagir time period was 1569 to 1627, and Daniel was also there, the son. Next, the Zahagir son were also there, the Khusro and the Khurram. Khusro was the son of Jahangir and the Shahjahan was the son of Jahangir, but the real name of the Shahjahan was the Khurram. In history, the Shahjahan is also known as the Khurram. Shahryar and Parvez were also the son of the Jahangir, but in the timeline, because the basic names I have given to you, I have framed the basic name in this timeline. So Khusro, Shahjahan means the Khurram, Shahryar and Parvez. These were the sons of Jahangir. Next, yes, you can see the son of the Shahjahan. Son of Shahjahan, please note down. Yes, Dara Shikoh, Shah Shuja, note down please. Dara Shikoh, Shah Shuja, Aurangzeb, the time period of Aurangzeb 1618 to 1707 when he was died. He was died on 20th Feb 1707, and then the next son of Shahjahan, that was the Murad. So these four names, four sons of Shahjahan, please note down, very important. Dara Shikoh, a great scholar. He was well known of Sanskrit language, Persian language, Arabic language, Turkish language. He was a great scholar in medieval period or Mughal history. Scholar son of Shahjahan. Second was the Shah Shuja, and the third one was the Aurangzeb, and the fourth one was the Murad. So these were the son of the Shahjahan. When we talk about the Aurangzeb son, so they were the Aurangzeb sons. I will show to you in the next picture the son of the Aurangzeb. Now see please the son of the Aurangzeb. You have to note down the son of the Aurangzeb's name. Yes, these are the sons of please note down students the sons of Aurangzeb. Who were the sons of Aurangzeb? After the death of Aurangzeb in 1707 AD, a war of succession broke out among his three sons, Muazzam. Muazzam, the governor of Kabul. Note down please, the governor of Kabul, the son of Aurangzeb, Muazzam. After Muazzam, then Muhammad Kambakhsh. Muhammad Kambakhsh, he was the governor of Deccan. He was the governor of Deccan. Students, please note down. And the third son of the Aurangzeb, that was Muhammad Azam. Muhammad Azam Shah. Muhammad Azam Shah, the governor of Gujarat. One more thing very important, and the first son of Aurangzeb, Muazzam, emerged victorious and ascended the throne with the title of Bahadur Shah first. The son of Aurangzeb, Muazzam, in history is also known as the Bahadur Shah first. It is another name, the title of Muazzam, Bahadur Shah first. You can say the son of Aurangzeb, or you can say the Muazzam. The meaning will be same. So here the students you can take the screenshot and note down in your SST notepad Muazzam, yes, Muhammad Kambakhsh, and Muazzam, yes, Muhammad Azam Shah. Muazzam, first son, second Muhammad Kambakhsh, and third one Muhammad Azam Shah. The first one was the governor of Kabul, the second one was the governor of Deccan, and third one was the governor of Gujarat. One more thing, sometimes the teachers are giving the questions in an exam. Ki Muazzam, what was the next name? The another name of Muazzam. Then you have to take in your MCQ and you have to write the one line answer. Bahadur Shah first. Bahadur Shah first was the name of the title of the Muazzam. So now students, I am showing you the next slide, and this is the time period of all the Mughal dynasties rulers. Please you also have to watch it. Watch it and note down your SST notepad and SST practice copy, and you can also take the screenshot please. And it is very beneficial, very helpful for all the SST students to cope up their Mughal dynasty's time period and to learn the Mughal dynasty's time period properly. And actually, yes, I maintained this timeline completely, and you have to please note down it. Yes, you can see the Babur time period. You please note down in your SST notepad and can take the screenshot. Simultaneously, please you can note down students and take the screenshot. Babur time period 1526 to 1530. This is the complete timeline, complete time period of all the Mughal dynasty's ruler. The last ruler of Mughal dynasty was Bahadur Shah Zafar, who was died in 1862 after the revolt of 1857. He was died in 1862. He was the last ruler of Mughal dynasty. And now there was a complete decline of the Mughal dynasty. So I am showing to you step by step all the names who ruled Mughal Sultanate, Mughal dynasty, and please you have to note down. Babur 1526 to 1530, Humayun ka time period. In my previous videos, YouTube videos, I have conveyed the reason why there is a gap of 15 years. The first term was the 1530 to 40, and there is a gap of 15 years in a Suri dynasty. I have written here. You can see Suri dynasty 1540 to 1555, and the next second term of Humayun simply only the 1 year. 1555 and 1556. In 1556 he was died. So now some historians said about Humayun कि when he was died in 1556, so some historians said this was the opinion of the historians कि his whole life was full of obstacles and problems, and he was just like a rolling stone. He was just like a rolling stone, एक पत्थर की तरह पूरा life वो लुढ़कता रहा. कि one time he was ruled there means Delhi, and then he went to Persia because of the fear, because of the great threat of Suri dynasty and Islam Shah Suri and Suri dynasty ruler. Islam Shah Suri was the son of Sher Shah Suri. And then again he came back to Delhi in 1555. Merely 1 year he ruled Delhi. तो ही वॉज जस्ट लाइक द रोलिंग स्टोन, पत्थर की तरह उसका लाइफ पूरे लाइफ लुढ़कता ही रहा. Next, third one is the Akbar, 1556 to 1605. So this was the time period of Akbar when he ruled Mughal dynasty. After the death of Father Humayun, he ruled. He became the next ruler of Mughal dynasty in 1556. Now, Jahangir's time period after the death of Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar, 1605, the next ruler was the Jahangir, who ruled the Mughal Sultanate 1627. Now, after the death of Jahangir, students, you can note down please, 1627 to 1658 was the time period of Shah Jahan, the engineer king. This is the title which was given by the historian to Shahjahan. Next, Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb, also known in Indian history, in medieval history, in Mughal dynasty period, Alamgir first. Is also known as Alamgir first, and the one title was also given by the historian to Aurangzeb, Zinda Peer. Zindar Peer. He was like a saint. So he just lead his life like a saint. So he never spent his money on the luxurious items and materialistic items. He always saved the money because he wanted the maximum territorial expansion of Mughal dynasty during his time period. So that's why the historian given the title to him Zinda Peer. And Alamgir first was the name of the Aurangzeb. So you can also note down simultaneously whatever the other informative points, valuable informative points I am giving to you students. Please note down. लिखते चलें साथ साथ. 1658 to 1707, this was the time period of the Aurangzeb. You can see the next one, the later Mughals. Later Mughals means when the Aurangzeb was died in 1707, and this is the time period of the known as the later Mughals, 1707 to 1857. This is the time period later Mughals, means after the death of the Aurangzebs, who were the successors, the next rulers became the Mughal dynasty rulers, right? But I would like to say that now after the six great Mughals, all the successors of Aurangzebs, now they were not so capable like the previous ruler, like Akbar, like Jahangir, like Shah Jahan, like Aurangzeb. So now here, after the death of Aurangzeb, his son became the next ruler of Mughal dynasty, Bahadur Shah first, who was also known as Muazzam. Already I explained to you my slide in previous slide, Muazzam. Muazzam you can say, or Bahadur Shah first you can say. This was the time period of Muazzam ya Bahadur Shah first, the first son and the first ruler of Mughal dynasty after the death of Aurangzeb, 1707 to 1712. The next one was the next ruler of Mughal dynasty, Jahandar Shah. The time period of Jahandar Shah, 1712 to 1700. This was the 1713. Next है Farooq Seer. Farooq Seer, the time period 1713 to 1719. Students, all of you have to please note down properly. Clear? And after the Farooq Seer, there is a Ran ud Darzat. The time period was 1719. And now this Rafi ud Daulat. The time period, again the same time period, it was distributed in two parts, 1719. Rafi ud Daulat. Ab now Muhammad Ibrahim, the next ruler of Mughal dynasty, 1720. Students, this is the slide very important, and this is the completely the chronological order which I have prepared for my SST students. This complete timeline and this complete chronological order you will not see in your SST book. You will not find there. You will see there only the great Mughal time period and the 1, 2, 3 other rulers after the death of Aurangzeb. But I am giving you here the complete timeline and the complete chronological order of the all the Mughal dynasties ruler up to the 1857. Clear? And the last ruler of Mughal dynasty, Bahadur Shah Zafar II. This was the completely now the decline of Mughal empire. Right? So now when you see here, yes, Muhammad Ibrahim, the 1720, the time period of Muhammad Ibrahim. Now Muhammad Shah Rangila. In Indian history, his name is very famous. Medieval history, Mughal period, Muhammad Shah Rangila. This was the title, Rangila. Rangila was not the name of the Muhammad Shah. His name was originally Muhammad Shah. But the Rangila, that title was given by the historians to him because he always engaged with the luxurious life. He always busy with the dance and music and with the means female dancers. So he never bothered about the security and safety of Mughal dynasty. He never bothered about the expansion of Mughal dynasty and safety and Mughal dynasty. He never bothered about the territorial expansion of Mughal dynasties. So completely he was least interested in the expansion of Mughal dynasty. He was completely interested only to lead a very luxurious and very means happy life. He just wanted to lead a very means life which is completely full of different colors, full of music and full of dance and drama. That's why this was the title given by the historians to him. Yes, Muhammad Shah Rangila. Please note down in bracket you can write Muhammad Shah Rangila. The time period of Muhammad Shah Rangila was the 1719 to 1748. Up now student, next ruler of after Muhammad Shah Rangila, Ahmad Shah yes, Ahmad Shah Bahadur. Ahmad Shah Bahadur, this is the time period 1748 to 1754. Second name is the Alamgir first, Alamgir second, Alamgir second, Alamgir first. Please you have to be clear, very much clear. Alamgir first. Suppose in your exam the question came ki what was the yes another name of Aurangzeb. Suppose the questions are there, ABC options हैं Alamgir first, Alamgir second, या Bahadur Shah first. So you have to tick on Alamgir first. Don't mark on Alamgir second. This Alamgir second was not the real name of Aurangzeb. Alamgir first was the name of the Aurangzeb, not the Alamgir second. So here Alamgir second is the another personality, another entity है. ठीक है, औरंगजेब का रियल नेम, द अनदर नेम वाज आलमगीर फर्स्ट. फर्स्ट आएगा देन यू हैव टू टेक आलमगीर सेकंड आएगा, तो दिस वाज नॉट द नेम ऑफ द औरंगजेब. क्लियर. तो ये आलमगीर सेकंड, दिस इज द सेकंड अनदर वन पर्सनालिटी ऑफ मुगल डायनेस्टी या मुगल रूलर है 1754 टू 1759. स्टूडेंट्स वेरी वैल्यूएबल इंफॉर्मेशन है, कंप्लीट क्रोनोलॉजिकल ऑर्डर है विच इज आई एम गिविंग यू. So please students don't wasting your time and you have to note down in your SST practice copy a notepad which you maintain in SST online classes, because daily you are attending my SST online classes on my YouTube channel, my digital education channel, right? So now please you can also take the screenshot. Next ruler Shahjahan third, Shahjahan third. ठीक है, this is Shahjahan third. The Yes, time period 1759 to 1760. Shah Alam second. This 1760 to 1806. This is the time period. Akbar Shah second. Akbar Shah second time period 1806 to 1837. I am repeating here. I think it is the all the digits are clearly visible to you. If it is not visible properly, so please you have to listen to me carefully and accordingly have to note down. But don't write the wrong years. Otherwise your answer will be wrong and your teacher will cut your marks. Next है Bahadur Shah Zafar second. Bahadur Shah Zafar. Bahadur Shah Zafar you can say, or Bahadur Shah second you can say. Clear? Because Bahadur Shah first was the son of Aurangzeb. This point you also have to keep in your mind. Right? Muazzam was known as the Bahadur Shah first. Muazzam was known as the Bahadur Shah first. This was the title was given to Muazzam. He was the son of the Aurangzeb, the first son of Aurangzeb. Here the Bahadur Shah Zafar hai, Bahadur Shah Zafar, or you can say Bahadur Shah second. The last ruler of Mughal dynasty, Bahadur Shah Zafar या Bahadur Shah II. The time period was 1837 to 1857. So this was the time period of Bahadur Shah Zafar, who also participated in the revolt of 1857. All we know that Bahadur Shah Zafar was the ruler of the Delhi, the ruler of Mughal dynasty at the outbreak of the revolt of 1857. And now he was died in 1862 in Yangon, because he sent to the Yangon by the Britishers and now then he died there in 1862 after the death of Bahadur Shah Zafar, after the death of Bahadur Shah II. Now this was the complete fully decline of Mughal dynasty, Mughal period. So now students, the next slide. Yes, I'm showing to you. Please have to take the screenshot. I'm changing the slide. Please take the screenshot and note down. I'm giving the 1 minute to you. Yes. Up now, students, you have to please. I will show to you the. Yes, this one. Now I will explain to you about the Zahangir. Okay, and then my next online class I will explain to you about the Shahjahan and the contribution of Shahjahan in Mughal period in medieval history, and the which type of reforms were introduced by Shahjahan, and art and architectural style of Shahjahan adopted by Shahjahan, and Rajput and religious policy also followed by Shahjahan, which was introduced firstly by the Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. So now I also explain to you about Shahjahan in my next online class. So please regularly watch my YouTube channel, my digital education channel. So now students, I'm going to explain to you about the Zahangir, and you also have to note down please on your notepad and hold your pen and pencil, and you also can take the screenshot. Right students, now have to be ready. I'm going to explain about the Zahangir. When we talk about the Zahangir, the time period already I explained to you about the Zahangir. The time period of Zahangir, that was, yes, all we know about the time period of Zahangir. Yes, if anybody asks you to immediately, you have to tell the time period of Zahangir is 1605 to 1627. So now this was the time period of Zahangir, 1605 to 1627, and now I'm giving the details of Zahangir. So students, please have to listen to me very carefully, and please whatever the important points I'm giving to you have to note down and take the, yes, already you have taken the screenshot, but my important points you have to note down simultaneously. When we talk about the Zahangir, Zahangir was the fourth emperor of the Mughal dynasty. He was the fourth one. He was the fourth one great Mughals of Mughal dynasty. And after that the Zahangir, so naturally his son was the Shahjahan, and after Shahjahan there was the Aurangzeb. So he was the fourth emperor of Mughal dynasty who reigned over India from the 16th to 19th century. Yes, when we talk about the Zahangir, his reign is characterized by consolidation of the Mughal Empire. He also consolidated the Mughal Empire. Very vastly, he also consolidated. He also implemented the territorial expansion policy, which was also implemented by the father Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. When we talk about the contribution of Jahangir in the field of art and architecture, he also gave in the the great contribution in the field of art and architecture, but his maximum contribution we can see in the field of the paintings, because we know that he was a great painter himself. He was a great painter himself. So now the lot of contribution in the field of paintings, and now motivation was given by the Zahangir to all the painters, those were appointed by him in his court. So motivation that was given by the Zahangir, because himself he was a great painter. So his great contribution in the field of painting. If we compare the Shahjahan is a great contribution in the field of art and architecture. When I will take the topic of Shahjahan and checking the online class, then I will explain to you the great contribution of Shahjahan in the field of art and architecture. Now here the role of the Jahangir in the field of painting, a great contribution in the field of paintings and fine arts. He has also given the beautiful pieces of art and architecture to the empire. So maximum means a beautiful paintings he also contributed to Mughal dynasty, and art and architecture means that some historical monuments were also constructed by the Jahangir. And when we talk about the nature of Jahangir, he was a very kind-hearted. He was a very kind-hearted and liberal ruler. He was a very kind-hearted and liberal ruler like his father Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. He also followed the Rajput and the religious policy of his father. His father Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar, yes, we know that the Jizya and Zakat taxes were there. Jizya and Zakat taxes. These taxes were abolished by the Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. These taxes were collected from the means the jizya tax, and the jizya was collected from the Hindus and zakat from the Muslim peoples, Muslim communities peoples. These were abolished by the Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. And same policy was followed by the Zahir because he was a kind-hearted ruler, a very liberal ruler. So Rajput and religious policy maintained by and followed by the Zahir. He also had the matrimonial relations with the Rajput rulers. He also had the friendship relations with the Rajput rulers. The high rank mansabs, the high rank posts were also given by the Zahir to the Rajput rulers. So means to say that now whatever the policies were introduced by the Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar during his time period, that all were followed by the Zahir, his son. Next, when we talk about the Jahangir's another role, so he had equal respect for all the Hindu peoples, like his father. So he motivated the all Hindu peoples and now Hindu wives to participate and to celebrate their Hindu festivals, Diwali, Holi, Raksha Bandhan, Bhaiya Dosh, different type of other festivals. He also respected the Hindu culture like his father. So already I have conveyed you कि whatever the policy Rajput या religious policy which was firstly introduced by Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar, same was followed by his son Zahir. And now he respected the Muslim culture also, Muslim population as well as. And he always took the care of all the peoples of different communities. So this was a great contribution of Zahir, and some welfare measures, some welfare policies were also implemented by the Zahir during his time period. So student, it is a means a description about the Zahir in the field of the painting, in the field of fine arts, in the field of art and architecture. And what about when we talk about the Jahagirs, the Rajput and religious policy, that same followed by him. What the policy was implemented by his father, same followed by him. And now when we talk about the administrative reforms, yeah, revenue reforms, same culture and same system was followed by Zahir. So it was the greatest contribution of Zahir during the medieval period and Mughal dynasty period. In my next online class, I will explain to you maximally about the role and the contribution of Shahanshah in Mughal period. Watch my YouTube channel and my digital education channel regularly. Thank you, students. Thank you.